So this video is going to help you walk through Google Classroom to understand how to use it in my class every single day. My expectation is as soon as you come in, you have Google Classroom open and you also have Photoshop open for the day. So inside of Google Classroom, you need to pick the class that you're working on. So it would be Comm Tech. And then you'll notice inside of Comm Tech, it has the stream. And then over here, a tiny word which is called the About page. So the stream is where I post current projects. So the current project that this group was working on is called the Cheeseburger Project. And inside of here, you'll see that there's a description for the project, which helps you to understand what you're supposed to do. This is a list of all of the different attachments. And if you scroll down, you can see all those different attachments. What we would focus on at the beginning of this project is not opening up and talking about every single one of these, right? We would focus on Photoshop steps, notes, and look at what the final project is supposed to be. The rubric is something that we would complete later. Now, let's say my project is completely done. I would click Open, scroll down, and I would notice that for this project, I have to complete a response. So I click on the response. And once it opens, I notice that now I can edit this. So this response has been made just for me. So I would type my name and the class. Maybe it's G1 or G2. And then I would start to complete all of my answers in the space below. Once I'm done with the response, I've completed it, I will close out that window. And then I'm not turning it in yet because I also need to make sure that I turn in my project. So for this project, we're turning in an animated GIF, as you can see here. So I'm going to go down and click on Add. It's a file that is located on my computer. And I click Desktop, navigate to my folder. And then the name of this project is Feral Burger. And if I hover my mouse over it, do you see how it says GIF? So remember, you guys are getting credit if you turn in the correct file and file extension. The extension for this is GIF. Another extension would be PSD or JPEG. If I turn in the wrong file extension or the wrong named file, it's a 0. So far I'm doing everything correct. And I'm pressing open. I'm double checking up here. That is my last name. That's the name of the project. And that is the file extension that I am supposed to turn in for this project. So now I do upload. Again, I'm checking. Here's my response. Here's my last name. Here's my project name. And here's the file extension. And there's a preview of my GIF. So because I've completed both of these, now I can press turn in. Yes, I want to turn in both of them. And again, it's showing you that they're correct. Now let's say I made a mistake and I realized later that I turned in this GIF and it's supposed to be something else. Then you can unsubmit, you can exit out, and you can go back and you can add the correct file. So if I am completely done with my project and there's still time left in class, then I would go back up here to New Comm Tech. But before do that, I forgot. Down here, let's say I did turn in my project and I turned it in late, right? I was absent, I didn't finish on time, I was late. Then it's extremely important that not only do I turn in my project, but I also add a message to Mrs. Farrell and say, here is my late project. Thank you. And then post the comment and turn in the project. And now Mrs. Farrell will receive an email saying that my late assignment has been turned in so that I can get a grade in Aspen. So I've completed everything. I have time in class to do other things, so I'm going back to the stream page and I'm going to click on this word About. And over on the About side, it says, all done. How do I avoid the what do I do now question? So if at any point you say, Mrs. Farrell, I'm all done with my project, what do I do? I'm going to say, click on the About. And this is what I mean in the top right-hand corner. And here it says, read what do I do document first. Then open one of the many options below. Feel free to explore all of these options. You may also use Photoshop or Illustrator, which are located on your desktop, to create a project from your own imagination. This is my Instagram account. I don't know if it'll be blocked, but you're allowed to click on that and look at artwork if you would like. This is music that I'm approving for my classroom, and then this is tranquil music that I also approve for my classroom. These are the only stations you're allowed to listen to. This is a list of what do I do now, and it just kind of allows you to double check and make sure that you did complete everything before moving on. So this reminds you to please make sure that you check Aspen so that there aren't any missing grades or assignments before you waste your time doing something that isn't as helpful. So I'm going to X that out. And then these are great websites. This is important for everyday use, so these are the keyboard shortcuts in the toolbar, so you can go there to get this. This gives you a more in-depth understanding of what are the music privileges in Comm Tech. And then these are a bunch of different tutorials that you're allowed to do inside of Photoshop for fun. I'm never going to have enough time to teach you everything in Photoshop, so these allow you to try other things. And that is the overview of Google Classroom for Comm Tech.